Alright, now we're reading chapter 177. This one is called Outcome. I suppose the outcome was lose, the chapter of the previous, or the title of the previous chapter. Furuta met his end. But there's still more. There's still more to the story, as Kaneki stands on this very genitalia-looking... I didn't say that. Well, it looks strange is all I'll say. This area within the dragon. If I were to write a book with me as the main character, it would be a tragedy. This is like real full circle stuff, because, you know, this kind of like literary interpretation of Kaneki's life and just the way that at first he sort of understood everything through books, and books were like his way of engaging with the world. Now we see him kind of return to this familiar analogy of what would his life be like if it was a book. I think it's true for everyone. A novel with him as the protagonist, a movie with her as the lead. All of us. We're all main characters in a tragedy. Yeah. This is gross. Unclear what these things are. Just aspects of this gigantic Kagune dragon hydra thing. That's all we can do. Yeah, I guess these are all aspects of Rize. Rize is at the heart of all of this. All take things and we'll all have something taken from us. That's all we can do. That's who we are. Take and be taken. But again, it's like he's saying all this stuff, but he's still just moving forward. Like here we get a little moment of just reflecting in this tragedy as he closes his eyes, but like his mind is made up. There's no wavering here. There's no sense of, is this really the right thing to do? Which I think is really what's characterized this kind of final point of Kaneki's character arc is like, we were talking about this before, like the tragedy is unavoidable. Life, it is what it is. The important thing is just to do what is personally important to you and to do it unflinchingly. Capture and be captured. Obey and be obeyed. This is such a... It's like such an orgy of this kind of violent scene of him tearing up these like hydras and getting attacked, and there he almost just got bitten right in half, and then contrasted with this poetic, introspective, languidly paced observations. I don't know, I like it. There's a real sense of climax here. Do and be done to, repeated affirmation and denial. We keep fighting not to lose something, yet the people and places we love will inevitably be lost. We will be forgotten. And here, he gets kind of wrecked. He's spitting a lot of blood. His eyes have gone white. And yet I still kind of feel like it's a foregone conclusion. He will be okay here. I don't know. Maybe not. As these hydras descend on him like the production line Evas in End of Evangelion. Yeah, this is pretty horrific. Wow. That's pretty definitive looking. Kaneki now just the blood splatter on these giant teeth. But that can't be it. Yeah. Yet even though we know we'll lose our lives, even though we know we won't exist, we continue seeking reprehensibly, continue hoping to be beautiful. And here we see like another form of this transformation. These wild, sketchy wings. It's amazing. I was saying before, Furuta kind of reminds me of Kefka from FF6. But for some reason, this drawing here on the left of page 13 really reminds me of Emuro's art. Something about like the posing and stuff too, and like the thinness of the lines and everything. So I ask myself, which do I choose? I choose this. This is really cool paneling. The way these smaller and smaller panels kind of fade out. And then the sharp contrast with him staring down this core. Keep choosing, keep being chosen. That's all it is. This looks so much like Final Fantasy art. This drawing of Rize. This is really the endgame. This is really apocalyptic now. Sorry, I'm going to kill you, Rize. Thank you. Wow, and that might be it. As I said before, when somebody gets spreaded and the final 2 pages of the chapter are just watching them be annihilated, usually that doesn't bode well for them. Oh, man. What an interesting chapter. That was, you know, like the final climactic battle of the whole series, I would think. And in a series that was so marked by, like, strategy and tactics during battles, really looking at the matchup between different Quinqués and Quince and Kagunes and like all this different power scaling dynamics and stuff. It was just kind of like poetic. It was like it almost felt kind of like a cutscene. I'm really thinking in video game terms now. And it presents this final kind of tragic thesis to the series. It's not nihilism, it's not absurdism, but a deeply meaningful tragedy that exists at the heart of all of this holistic perspective. That when you really account for everything and try to balance the checkbook of life, you can't, but the only way to proceed is to keep racking up expenses and debts. Okay. Alright, let's move into the penultimate chapter.